folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Week in Review, with video every week that we put out talking about the reviews we did over the past week. And this is basically just a group of short summaries, and then if you want to know more about the whole review, you can click the link below and watch the whole review. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. So last week we put out a best of the month for August. Some fantastic new discoveries we made there. And I put out a couple of reviews. So I reviewed Paper Safari. I rate this a 6 out of 10. This is a very small, simple card game in which you are trying to collect the lowest total in front of you. Very light. You can play with this with just about anybody. Some people might think it's too light, but I enjoy it for that reason. I think this is going to be a great game to pull out in a setting where I have no idea what people's sort of playing levels are. You know, has anybody here experienced a lot of gaming in their life or not? This game is going to fit the bill, and it's very cute to boot. I reviewed Omen, A Reign of War. I rate this a 7 out of 10. And this one is a two-player clashing game, right? A head-to-head fight. A reprint of the original Omen, now from Colossal Games, and it has a lot of fun stuff in it. You know, it's got a lot of tactics in it. There's a lot of trickery you can pull off. Cool theme. A lot of good artwork. It does carry over from its sort of collectible card game vibe, right? It comes with a lot of good things, and it comes with a couple of things that genre, unfortunately, dragged along with it. A lot of terminology. A lot of sort of little numbers to see on the frame of the card frame, you know, things like that. But for the most part, I do like it, and there's a bunch of expansions as well for it, so you can expand the game, though you don't have to. It's not like a collectible game where you have to keep buying things blind, hoping to get what you're looking for. This is all in one box. So there you go, Omen, A Reign of War. And that's it for me. I will see you all next time.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Week in Review. Did three videos for you this week. The first one was a review for Commands and Colors Medieval. This is the newest, I think, version of the Command and Colors system, designed by Richard Borg, and it is taking the Huns against the Romans. So there is that. I gave my thoughts on the system as a whole and what changes were made in the medieval system. Gave this a 7 out of 10 altogether. So you can take that to the bank. Go check out that review for more details. Also did a first impressions video of Irish Gauge and Adventure Island. A couple of games that we played on Testing Tuesday this past week. And then I also did a video for the Some Assembly Required series. This time we went into Warhammer Underworld's Beastgrave. And I didn't use any glue to put those models together. So check that out. Worked out pretty well, I think. But it was pretty fun to make that video as well. So that's it from me this week. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Let's get back to the rest of your review.
Okay, so first of all, I took a look at the collectible card game starter sets for Naruto, Boruto. I brought my daughter on because she knows the show backwards and forwards. I don't know anything about the show, but I do know something about games, and this one I thought was horrible. You're simply just using cards and tapping them and attacking your opponent's undefended cards, and there's ways, I've been told, that if you can build decks and you might have a fighting chance. As it is, the whole thing felt random with tons of iconography. Sovereign's Chain. This is a game from Z-Man. I wasn't very impressed with this one. You're putting cards into a chain in front of you in a very boring, by-the-numbers sci-fi world, and it's just kind of a take-that game. Wasn't very impressed. Also wasn't impressed with Whales Destroying the World. Funny name, but the game is essentially cockroach poker, where I offer you a card, you take it or not, and then stuff happens and someone wins depending on whether you're a whale or a super spy. Incubation, another game. It was okay. It's about collecting resources to hatch dragon eggs. Cute artwork, a cute theme, but there's so many better games than this one, and it just had a mechanic that never paid off. Okay, so let's jump into stuff I did like, though. I took a look at all the new Power Ranger stuff, all the expansions and big miniatures, and told you what I thought of all that. I took a look at Fluttering Souls, a two-player butterfly game. Very nice little drafting game for two players. A little cute one you can carry around and play. Tapestry, certainly the review that's probably watched the most last week. Big giant game from Stonemaier Games. Everyone's been really hyped about it. I liked it. There's a few things in it that I was not so fond of. I thought that was themeless, but it's a cool engine building game that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Wayward. This is based on a comic, which I went and read the comic and enjoyed that. It's a cooperative game where you're a bunch of teenagers in Japan with superpowers fighting against some really nasty bad guys. It's a nice, cool cooperative game. And then finally, Barrage. This is a fairly heavy game and one of the most interactive, mean-hearted Euro games that I've ever played. I don't know that I would want to play it all the time because it drains me each time, but there's a lot of cool ideas as you're trying to stop the water and have it use water to collect water in dams to power your stuff. Some pretty neat ideas. I also did a few small top 10 lists, my top 10 joys of board games, my top 10 small annoyances. And then Z, me, and Sam did together top 10 games for new players. I also did a little video of Midgard in Iceland, and then a boring unboxing, which honestly was anything but boring. And that is what we did last week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching Week in Review on the Dice Tower.